Welcome back to What Arty Noobs with General Disturbance. This is the AMX-13 F3AM. It's sitting on the south spawn of Malinovka, and this one is under the command of George K. Now he's about to be counter-batteried during this game by the person accused of cheating. So he's about to become a victim in this game, and you'll be able to watch exactly what he gets up to himself and how the cheating is going on. Now we think we've identified the name of the player who actually is doing the cheating, or rather how he's doing the cheating. Now he's aiming for VK2801, fires a round in and immediately moves after firing to avoid counter battery. Notice that? Normally I frown on anyone doing that in our replays because of course you don't get to see what actually happened with the shot. But on this occasion, because we're actually following a cheat, we hear a roar from an Arty in the distance. So was that a shell aimed in this direction? I don't think so. Rounds out. Well, we didn't see what happened to that one, but he fired at the steering wheel. Now you hear another rumble, and look at that. The M44 on our team has just gone down. He's just been killed by Entel Butcher in his M44. Now it could be that the player he just killed was his own account on the other side of the battle, and now he's using that account to work out where everyone is. And look at that, the first shot he fires afterwards hits the AMX-13 F3 and claims 280 hit points. Well, you can see the first thing that George does is change positions. Of course, he doesn't want to be counter-batteried again, and since he's not fired, there's no way that the enemy Arty can work out where he is. Or is there? You see, he's just been stunned again. And the reason he's been stunned again is the person who just stunned him was Entel Butcher, because he knows where he is. And again, George is changing position after firing. So there's no way that the enemy Arty could work out exactly where he is. Well, he did knock that tree down though. That's given him a possible location, but since he's moved away from that tree, it's not possible that he could be located at the moment. You hear the roar, and he changes position, and look at that. Entel Butcher's shell comes in just behind him, just as he moved away. There is absolutely no doubt that Entel Butcher is using two accounts in the same game, in the same Arty, so that he can then counter battery. And there he's gone. The moment he fired there, Entel Butcher knew where he was. He stopped to shoot, and when he stopped to shoot, Entel Butcher was able to get a shot on target, and it was close enough to counter battery him. Now George K immediately thought somebody was streaming, and that maybe this was a stream snipe. Common enough, does happen. People watch streams, they get into the same game as the stream, and they think, oh, well, I'll just use the mini-map that I can see on the stream and aim at the enemy. Of course, that happens to be illegal. You can't do that. Just as entering into the game in two separate accounts and then using those accounts to actually see where the enemy are, that's not legal either. That is cheating, and Wargaming frowns on that. Now you can see that what's happening now is that Entel Butcher is still aiming at enemy tanks. He's just hit the SMVCC. That shot you just saw there, actually I think came from the other Arty on the team, the FB304. But you can just see the SMVCC56 got taken out by a Super Hellcat, and there's another shot. Now that's either from the FB304 or it's... No, it's not the FB304, because we can just see the FB304 just fired a round at one of our teammates. That was a kill by the enemy 122 TM. So nothing suspicious there. But we saw the tracer from the FV304. So it means the tracer that came in and hit the Hellcat that was behind the buildings. That's another shot. We just saw another shot arch over, and that was also... You can tell the difference between an FV304 because it's normally a different trajectory. These direct hits that are coming in and being aimed by somebody who's cheating. At least the direct hits by the M44. That shot, I think, was the FV304, different tracer coming in from, or not different tracer, but a tracer coming in from a near position. There you go, that's where the FV304 is, just up on the hill, shooting downwards onto this one. Now that Star 2 is going to be able to get a shot if this AMX 5100 doesn't move, but it's a bit difficult for him to move out now because there's a T-3485 close. And you see the Star 2 just managed to shoot through the hole. What Entel Butcher is doing is after he kills an enemy tank, he moves to the next one and shoots at that. And because he's using his M44 account on this team, he can actually watch the tank that he's about to aim at. He wasn't able to get the Hellcat down here, or at least I don't think he got the Hellcat down here, because obviously he was behind the building. And the last kill comes in from the T28 prototype, and the game is over. Here's the end of battle stats, and georgekfj, yes, that's the name of the player of the AMX-13 F3AM, loaded this replay as enemy M44 map hack. And, well, there was some cheating going on. We can explain exactly what we think happened. He did get one kill on the enemy. He killed the VK2801, and he also killed the Sture Mill, but he spent most of the battle trying to dodge the shells that were coming in from Entel Butcher. If we look at the teams on this game, we can see that there's an M44 on each team. Entel Butcher's in the M44 on one team, and there's another M44 on the enemy team. And this M44, which is the first tank taken out by Entel Butcher, was under the account name Oralfaris79. You can see there's absolutely no shots fired. 2 hits received. Yes, he actually took 2 shots to kill his own account. And then after he did that, he was able to press the buttons to look at the next player on his team and watch what each tank was doing. Specifically, the first tank he looked at was georgekfj, because he needed to take out the other Arty on the enemy team to get a counter battery fire medal, but also that was the only player on the enemy team who stood a chance of taking out Entel Butcher in the M44. He's the only one that could reach the other side of the battlefield to actually kill him. So obviously he needed to take out George first, and he spent 4 shots trying to do that. If you look at Entel Butcher's stats, we can see that he actually fired 14 rounds in the game, got 3 direct hits, no penetration, 10 splash, damage of 868 hit points, all of it at more than 300 meters. Damage 4 of the enemy, killed 2 and did 8 stuns, but got no stun assist because every tank he was firing at was out of range of his own teammates. In fact, most of his teammates hadn't even seen them. If we look at George's stats, we can see that he fired only 5 shots, got 2 direct hits, no penetrations and 4 splash, damaged 390 hit points, all of it at more than 300 meters. He received 4 hits from Entel Butcher during that game, damaged 2 of the enemy, killed 1 and got 3 stuns. And again, he spent most of his time trying to dodge the shells from Entel Butcher, so he didn't get much damage. So we know how he's doing it, and we cannot work out, well, I suppose the only reason the why of him doing it is because he's trying to cheat. He wants to win and he wants to get better results. But it seems a sad thing to do to get better results. We have reported this to Wargaming, and hopefully they will do something about it. They've said, they have replied already to say that they are going to look into the matter and will obviously take it into account during the fair play adjustment. So something will be done. But just because NVIDIA has been cheating doesn't necessarily mean that all Arty players cheat. No, in fact, most Arty players, 99.9% of them, don't cheat at all, because we don't have to. We actually work out where enemy is by skill, by watching what destruction's being done to the scenery, or because players go to the same spotting bush or the same firing position or the same checkpoint each time. And we aim at those spots and get blind kills simply because somebody was too silly, I should say is the word to use, or they went to the same spot and camped, and obviously we just took them out. Now, we didn't necessarily know that they were there, but we got a blind kill because we made a good guess, an educated guess, you might say, as to where the enemy was. And again, Arty players don't necessarily suicide at the end of a game either. Most Arty players, the good ones, will fight until the bitter end, because we want as much hit points as we can to get as many credits as we can. And of course, we want the chance to try and win for our team, even if we have to go down fighting to do it. So don't necessarily accuse Arty players of cheating or suiciding, because the good players will fight to the end because we enjoy it, and we enjoy playing by the rules, and we wish that other people would play by the rules as well. So there you have it. We have more accounts to look at. Hopefully we will find out how NVIDIA is doing it. Hopefully he'll admit that he is cheating by entering into a battle and using two accounts at the same time. It is quite a common cheat. Some people have suggested he was using Red Dot, which is another mod, but I don't think it is this. I think it's definitely that he's using the two account entry method, and he's cheating because he's seeing what the other team, where the other team is. I mean, there was no possible way that he could know that George actually changed position after that shot stunned him, and he didn't fire before he got stunned again on the new position. So there was no way that NVIDIA could know that he was somewhere else. So it's very obvious to just about everyone that yeah, this guy is cheating, and he needs to be given a suspension, and if he keeps doing it, then he needs to be removed from the game. So thanks very much for watching.